Easter was always a big deal for my family. Every year, my parents hosted a massive Easter egg hunt in our backyard, inviting neighbors, family, friends, and their kids. The atmosphere was festive. Bright decorations, pastel colors everywhere, and the sweet aroma of chocolate and baked goods. But one year something happened. Something I'll never forget. It started like any other Easter morning. My little brother Ethan and I were tasked with hiding the eggs early in the morning. We placed them in the usual spots, under the big oak tree near the garden gnome and one perched on the edge of the bird bath. Ethan was thrilled, running around with a basket of brightly colored eggs, his laughter filling the cool morning air. As I hid an egg near the shed at the back of the yard, I noticed something strange. The door to the shed, which we rarely used, was slightly ajar. I didn't think much of it at first. The wind, I assumed. But when I stepped closer, I saw something that made my heart skip a beat. Inside, on the dirt floor, was a single Easter egg. Unlike the ones we hid, this egg was a dull gray, almost metallic, and far too large. A strange symbol was etched into its surface, a crude spiral with jagged lines radiating outward. My chest tightened. I called out to Ethan, who ran over, but he just shrugged. "Maybe it's one of those special eggs Dad got?" he said before dashing off to hide the rest of his basket. I decided to leave it alone, brushing off the unease as silly paranoia. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something, was watching me. The egg hunt began at noon. Kids ran across the yard, squealing with delight as they found eggs tucked away in bushes and under rocks. Parents stood in clusters, chatting and sipping lemonade. It was a perfect spring day, yet the tension in my chest only grew. Halfway through the hunt, a loud scream pierced the cheerful chatter. Everyone froze. My mom rushed to the source of the sound, a little girl clutching a gray egg identical to the one I'd seen earlier. Her hands trembled as she tried to explain. It just appeared," she stammered. My mom took the egg from her, but as soon as she touched it, she flinched. "It's ice cold," she whispered. Suddenly the wind picked up, howling through the trees. The decorations swayed violently, and the laughter of moments ago was replaced by murmurs of concern. Then the shed door slammed shut with a deafening bang. Everyone turned to look. "Stay here," my dad said firmly as he strode toward the shed. My mom tried to stop him, but he waved her off. I wanted to shout to tell him not to go, but the words caught in my throat. He opened the door and for a moment nothing happened. Then, his expression twisted into one of horror. He stumbled backward, shouting, "Get inside! Now!" Panic erupted. Parents grabbed their kids and everyone bolted toward the house. My dad slammed the back door shut and locked it, his hands shaking. "What did you see?" my mom demanded, but he just shook his head, his face pale. "We're not safe," he muttered. The power went out. The house plunged into darkness, save for the faint sunlight streaming through the windows. A low, guttural sound echoed from the yard. It was like an animal growling, but distorted, almost mechanical. We huddled in the living room, too terrified to move. My dad kept a baseball bat by his side, his knuckles white as he gripped it tightly. Outside, the growling grew louder, accompanied by faint rhythmic thuds, like heavy footsteps circling the house. Ethan clung to me, his tiny hands trembling. "What's happening?" he whispered. I didn't have an answer. Hours passed, though it felt like an eternity. The noises eventually stopped, replaced by an oppressive silence. My dad finally mustered the courage to peek out the window. "It's gone," he whispered. We cautiously stepped outside. The yard was a mess, overturned tables, trampled decorations, and scattered eggs. But the shed was gone. Not damaged, not moved. Just gone, leaving behind a perfectly smooth patch of dirt. To this day we don't know what happened. The gray eggs, the symbols, the shed, it all defies explanation. We never hosted another Easter egg hunt. And every year, when spring rolls around, I can't help but look over my shoulder, half expecting to hear that growling sound again.